नमस्सर्वेभ्यः। व्योम संस्कृतपाठशालायाः कौशलसंवर्धनं संस्कृतव्याकरणं निबन्धलेखनं च इत्यस्य प्रक्रमस्य अद्य 21 पाठः। अद्य वयं धातुरूपाणां विषये अग्रे किञ्चिदिव पश्यामः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोर्मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। धातुरूपाणां विषये अधीत्य महान् कालः सञ्जातः, अतः किञ्चिदिव पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा वयम् अग्रे गच्छामः। यथा मया गतपाठे उक्तम्, इतः परं मङ्गलवासरेषु सन्धीनां विषये अध्ययनं भविष्यति। तदनन्तरं समासानां विषये अपि पश्यामः। एवमेव गुरुवासरस्य पाठे धातुरूपाणां विषये आधिक्येन पश्यामः, तत्र अभ्यासमपि कुर्मः। To recap what we have done so far about the dhatu rupas, we had the initial sessions in which we learnt the theoretical background of kriyapadas. Kriyapadanam vishaye आदौ बहवः मुख्याः अंशाः अस्माभिः अधीताः। यदि केऽपि अत्र तदनन्तरं वर्गं प्रविष्टाः सन्ति तर्हि कृपया आदौ 5 अथवा 6 पाठाः ये सन्ति तेषां मुद्रणं शृण्वन्तु. So in the first 5 or 6 sessions we covered the key theoretical aspects of kriyapadas or dhatus. Give me just one moment. So let us use the slides to do a quick recap of what we have learnt. Dhatu rupam ityukte atra dhatu रूपाणाम् अध्ययने तिङन्तं पदं भवति. पदं संस्कृते द्विविधं, सुबन्तम् अथवा नामपदम् एवं तिङन्तं सामान्यतः क्रियापदम् इति उच्यते. तस्य पारिभाषिकं पदं भवति तिङन्तं. तत्र अवयवत्रयं भवति. पठति इति तिङन्तं यदि वयं स्वीकुर्मः तत्र आदौ धातुः भवति, क्रियाबोधकः धातुः, पठ इति धातुः. ततः विकरणप्रत्ययः भवति, अत्र अ इति विकरणप्रत्ययस्य भागः. एवमेव आख्यातः अथवा तिङ् प्रत्ययः भवति. अत एव अस्य पदस्य तिङन्तम् इति नाम भवति. तिङ् प्रत्ययः अन्ते अस्ति. तिङ् इति प्रत्याहारः. यथा वयं माहेश्वरसूत्रेषु अण्, अच् इत्यादि प्रत्याहारान् दृष्टवन्तः, एवमेव तिङ् इति प्रत्याहारः भवति. तिप्तस्झि सिप्तस्थ मिप्वस्मस् ता आतांझ थासाथां ध्वम् इट्वहि महिङ्. ति इति आरभ्य ङ पर्यन्तम् 18 प्रत्ययाः सन्ति. ते तिङ् प्रत्ययाः इति उच्यन्ते. अत्र धातुः प्रकृतिः भवति, विकरणप्रत्ययः तिङ् अथवा आख्यातप्रत्ययः इति प्रत्ययद्वयं भवति. धातूनां विषये अपि अस्माभिः विस्तरेण दृष्टम्. धातुपाठः इति धातूनाम् आवलिः अस्ति, यत्र प्रायः 200 मूलधातवः उपदिष्टाः सन्ति. तैः सह प्रत्ययान्तधातवः अपि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति. So dhatus in Sanskrit are of 2 kinds. There are original or native verbs which are about 2000, which are listed in the Dhatu Patha with specific meanings. There are also derived dhatus. We can derive dhatus either from namapadas or from kriyapadas. Yatha drashtum ichhati didrikshate iti bhavati. Desire to see is a derived verb. Evameva putram ichhati. Desire to have a son. Putriyati ityapi dhatuh. Evam मूलधातुः अथवा औपदेशिकधातुः इति एकः प्रभेदः. प्रत्ययान्तधातुः अथवा आतिदेशिकधातुः इति अपरः प्रभेदः. Now, when we are looking at dhatu rupas, we learn the dhatu rupas for the aupadeshika dhatus. For derived dhatus, there are set patterns which we learn when we are learning about the sanadhyanta forms. When we look at the forms of original dhatus, to understand the pattern behind the forms, we need to understand the attributes of dhatus. All dhatus, all 2000 dhatus are not of the same kind. There are different attributes which govern the forms of the dhatu in different contexts. Te eva asmabhihi upadhayah iti uchyante. चत्वारः उपाधयः धातूनाम् अस्माभिः दृष्टाः. सर्वे स्मरेयुः, तथापि सकृत्. प्रथमः उपाधिः अस्ति गणः. सो धातूनां 10 गणाः विद्यन्ते. There are 10 ganas of dhatus. भ्वादिः, अदादिः, जुहोत्यादिः, दिवादिः, स्वादिः, तुदादिः, रुधादिः, तनादिः, क्रयादिः, चुरादिः इति 10 गणाः सन्ति. Dhatus are divided into 10 ganas based on a pattern, based on the vikarana pratyaya which is to be added. Pratyekam ganasya bhinnah vikarana pratyayah bhavati. Tad vishaye purvapi drishtam agre api vistarena vayam pathamah. Prathamaha upadhihi ganaha. So when we are trying to understand the patterns of dhatus or the dhatu forms, the first attribute to know is which gana is the dhatu in. So that will help us guess or derive a lot of the dhatu forms. The second attribute is what we call padam or pada yogyata. What is the pada? Ting pratyayeshu parasmaipada pratyayaha atmanepada pratyayaha iti dvedha bhavanti. There are 9 pratyayas: ti, taha, anti, sitha, hatha, mi, vaha, maha. Or if we go to the original, tiptas, jhi, sipthastha, mibvasmas, which are called parasmaipada pratyayaha. Te, ite, ante, etc. The other 9 are called atmanepada pratyayaha. We cannot add both sets to all dhatus. There are some dhatus which allow only parasmaipada pratyayas. There are some which allow only atmanepada pratyayas. And there are some which allow both. Based on these, dhatus are classified into parasmaipadinaha, atmanepadinaha, ubhayapadinaha. Yadi dhatuh parasmaipadi asti, tarhi parasmaipada-pratyayah eva bhavanti. Yadi dhatuh atmanepadi bhavati, tarhi atmanepada-pratyayah eva bhavanti. Yadi dhatuh ubhayapadi asti, tarhi ubhayavidhaah api pratyayah bhavanti iti vyavastha. So to guess at the forms, will it be pathati or pathate? Will it be vandati or vandate? We need to know this attribute of the dhatu which is called padam. By knowing that, so we know pathadhatu is parasmaipadi, so it will be pathati, pathatah, pathanti. Similarly, we know vandadhatu is atmanepadi, therefore it will be vandate, vandete, vandante. So the common question, is there a way to just look at the dhatu and guess what is the pada yogyata? The answer is no. Especially if you look at a dhatu like path or vand, there is absolutely no way to guess, to tell. You can only make a guess based on earlier samskara. If you're familiar with the forms, you can guess. But otherwise, just by looking at a dhatu, say if you look at path and pach, there is nothing which distinguishes them physically, which tells that path is a parasmaipadi, but pach is an ubhayapadi. It is dependent purely on usage. This information has been codified by Panini in the form of some additional letters. That is why when we look at the dhatu, say I say path dhatu, but when we look at the dhatu patha form of the dhatu, we have patha. Okay, there is one extra akara there, which is also nasal. Okay, anunasika akara. Similarly, when we look at pach dhatu, there is the original form. If you look at it, it is do pachash, where you have do, you have an akara extra a after the chakara, and you have a shakara. All these additional letters which are there in the dhatu patha are a way of codifying this information. Okay. So it is not that, I mean, if you want to remember, Patha is a parasmaipadi, Pach is an ubhayapadi. That list nobody can remember. But Panini has very intelligently coded it in a way that if you know the Aupadeshika form, the original form with swara, okay, there is an additional layer called Udatta Anudatta Swarita, then you can guess. Otherwise, so that comes later. Agre praudhastareshu yada vayam paniniya vyakaranasya adhyanam kurmah tada kinchidiva jnatum shakyate. But for the beginner levels, there is no way looking at path or pach to distinguish which pada it is. We will have to know. Either you know that pach is ubhayapadi, or you know that, okay, there is both pachati and pachate, therefore it is an ubhayapadi. Tatah, the third attribute, evam ganaha iti ekam, pada yogyata iti ekam. Tritiyamasti it yogyata. It is an agama. Ikara is added to some of the pratyayas or many of the pratyayas on dhatus get an agama called I. The most popular one is tum, tumun pratyaya. So in some cases we hear only tum, whereas in some cases we hear itum, that is pathitum, lekhitum, vanditum. So we hear that extra ikara. So to determine whether that ikara is allowed or not, it is not only tumun, there are many pratyayas and dhatus which can potentially get the ikara if the dhatu allows it. To know whether a dhatu allows the ikara or not, we need to know the it yogyata. There are set dhatavaha santi, vet dhatavaha santi, anit dhatavaha santi. धातुः सेट् अस्ति चेत् इकारः भवति, यथा पठितुं, वन्दितुं, लेखितुम् इत्यादि. धातुः अनिट् अस्ति चेत् इकारः न भवति. गन्तुं, क्रेतुं, कर्तुम् इत्यादिषु विकारः न भवति. धातुः वेट्, वा इट्, वेट् अस्ति चेत् इकारः विकल्पेन भवति. Ityevam it yogyata. So the knowing the it property or the attribute of the dhatu helps us to guess many forms. For example, if you look at lrit lakara, so it is a key factor. So should I say for pathu we say pathishyati. Whereas for pachi we say pakshyati, not pachishyati. Why is it not pachishyati? Because pachadhatu is anit, it does not allow the ikara. So again, to know whether a dhatu is set, wait or anit, there is no easy way. That is, I mean, just by looking at the dhatu, you cannot tell. You will have to refer to the dhatu patha or know the forms, be familiar with the forms. The last attribute of the dhatu we saw was the karma yogyata, whether a dhatu allows karma or not. This is not required mostly for form of a dhatu. Dhatu रूपस्य ज्ञानार्थं कर्मयोग्यता सामान्यतः नापेक्ष्यते, किन्तु वाक्ये प्रयोगं कर्तुं सः धातुः सकर्मकः अस्ति वा अकर्मकः अस्ति वा कदाचित् द्विकर्मकः अस्ति वा इति ज्ञातव्यं भवति. तदा एव वयं कर्मपदस्य प्रयोगं सम्यक् कर्तुं शक्नुमः. So these four attributes of the dhatus define how the forms of the dhatu are to be and how to use it. एतत् सर्वमपि अस्माभिः पूर्वं दृष्टमस्ति, किन्तु प्रायः मासद्वयम् अतीतम् इत्यतः एकवारं स्मारयामि. विकरणप्रत्ययः. So the second component of the tinganta was the विकरणप्रत्यय. तत्र द्विविधाः विकरणप्रत्ययाः भवन्ति. गणविकरणाः, लकारविकरणाः इति. केषुचित् लकारेषु गणविकरणाः भवन्ति. So there are four key lakaras: lat, lot, lung and vidhiling. Okay. So in these lakaras, the vikarana pratyaya added depends on the gana of the dhatu. Since we have already known the gana attribute of a dhatu, whenever we are learning the forms of these four lakaras, lat, lot, lung and vidhiling, tatra gana vikaranaah bhavanti. भिन्नस्य गणस्य भिन्नाः विकरणप्रत्ययाः भवन्ति. अन्येषु लकारेषु लकारविकरणाः भवन्ति. तेषां विषये यदा वयं तत्तल्लकारं पठामः तदा वयं जानीमः. ततः तिङ् अथवा आख्यातः तत्र 18 प्रत्ययाः सन्ति. परस्मैपदम् आत्मनेपदम् इति द्वेधा ते प्रत्ययाः भवन्ति. एवमेव प्रथम मध्यम उत्तमपुरुषाः भवन्ति. अस्मद् शब्देन सह उत्तमपुरुषस्य प्रयोगः भवति. युष्मत् शब्देन सह मध्यमपुरुषस्य प्रयोगः भवति. अन्यत्र सर्वत्रापि प्रथमपुरुषस्य प्रयोगः भवति इति नियमः. वचनानि अपि तत्र सन्ति. There is one more layer to a tinganta which is called the lakaraha. तिङ् प्रत्ययाः लकाराणां स्थाने भवन्ति. लकारम् आश्रित्य तेषां परिवर्तनं भवति. So we have in common 18 ting pratyayas, but these pratyayas get a modified form based on the lakara. It is the lakara which gives a layer of meaning to the ting pratyaya. So since dhatus indicate an action is associated with various tenses, kala, that is past, present or future, and also bhava, a mood, so like an order or a request or a wish or something. So these kalas and bhavas are indicated by the lakaras. There are 10 lakaras. तत्र लेट् इति कश्चित् लकारः वेदेषु एव भवति. लोके तु एवं 10 लकाराः सन्ति. 5 लकाराः टित् लकाराः इति उच्यन्ते, यत्र टकारः अस्ति. लट्, लिट्, लुट्, लृट्, लोट्. एवं 5 लकाराः ङित् लकाराः सन्ति यत्र ङकारः अस्ति। लङ्, विधिलिङ्, आशीर्लिङ्, लुङ् तथा लृङ् इति। कः अर्थः एतेषाम् इत्यपि वयं विस्तरेण दृष्टवन्तः। तत्र षट् लकाराः कालवाचकलकाराः भवन्ति। अन्ये चत्वारः लकाराः भाववाचकलकाराः भवन्ति। कालवाचकेषु लुङ्, लङ्, लिट् इति त्रयः लकाराः भूतकालार्थं बोधयन्ति. All three indicate bhuta, but there is a subtle difference as we have seen. Lung lakaraha samanya bhutakalartham bodhayati, a generic past with no special attributes. Lang lakaraha anadyatana bhutakalartham bodhayati. So it indicates past earlier than today, whereas lit lakaraha paroksha anadyatana bhutakalartham bodhayati. So it indicates past earlier than today, where the action is paroksha. Paroksha means not directly perceived by the person who is speaking. Okay, so for example, if my mother went somewhere yesterday, if I saw her going, I say Mata agachat. But if I don't know, I didn't see her go, somebody told me that she went, then I would say Mata jagama. That is the difference between lang and lit. In both cases, you can say Mata agamat, where there is no special meaning attached to it. It just meant mother went sometime in the past. We don't know whether it was recent, just a while ago, or yesterday, or no idea. एवं लट्लकारः वर्तमानकालार्थं बोधयति, तत्तु सर्वैः ज्ञायत एव। भविष्यत्काले लकारद्वयमस्ति, लुट् लकारः तथा लृट् लकारः इति। तत्रापि लृट् लकारः सामान्य भविष्यत्कालं बोधयति, a generic future, गमिष्यामि, whereas लुट् लकारः अनद्यतन भविष्यत्कालार्थं बोधयति. So aham gantasmi means I will go tomorrow or later. That is not immediately, a distant future other than today. एते षड्लकाराः कालवाचकाः भवन्ति. भाववाचकेषु विधिलिङ्, आशीर्लिङ्, लोट्, लृङ् इति चत्वारः सन्ति. विधिलिङ् लकारः तथा विधिलिङ् लकारः विद्यादिषु अर्थेषु. So vidhihi, nimantranam, amantranam, prarthana, any kind of action where we are trying to get somebody else to act, either by requesting or commanding. That is vidhiling. Whereas ashirling is a hope or a desire for something to happen. Maybe you cannot directly influence it, but you are hoping. For example, you hope that India wins a match. Okay, there is absolutely nothing that you can do to influence that result. It is just a hope. Ashihi is a desire. So it is also used for benediction. That is when elders are blessing. There also it is just an expression of their desire. So chiranjivyaha, may you live long. So it is a desire expressed by the guru or the elder for the younger person to live long. So vidhi and ashihi, both these meanings together are also conveyed by lot lakara. विद्यादिषु अर्थेषु अपि लोट् लकारः भवति, आशीरर्थे अपि लोट् लकारः भवति. लृङ् lakara is a very, very unique lakara which is used in Samskrita to indicate a very specific context where there is cause and effect relationship with absence of action. We have cause and effect, right? So if I go late, the teacher will scold. So going late is the cause and the teacher scolding is the effect. Now, if we want to indicate that the action did not happen, that is, I did not go late and therefore the teacher did not scold. Or I will not go late and therefore the teacher will not scold. So, bhute bhavishyati kriyati pattau. To indicate absence of action, we use lring lakara. Yadi vilambena agamishyat tarhi adhyapika atarjayishyat. The same thing which we saw. So this is with this background, we also, okay, so vidhi or ashi indicated by vidhiling, ashirling and lot. Hetu hetu madbhavaha, cause and effect combined with kriyati pattihi, absence of action either in the past or the future. That is conveyed by lring lakara. So latvartamane late vede bhute lunglang litastatha vidyashishostu ling lotau lut lrutau lring bhavishyati iti karika asti yam ashritya vayam lakaranam smaranam saralataya kartum shaknumah. Okay, so this I think we already saw. Sorry, okay. So that was a very quick recap of what we learned in live sessions at the beginning of this course, right? So we learned all these theoretical aspects. So if you have any doubts, you can go back and refer to the first 5 or 6 sessions of the course. After that, there were also 2 pre-recorded videos which I had uploaded, where we discussed the patterns of dhatus in lat lakara. When we take lakara wise, in any lakara, there are samanya dhatavaha and vishesha dhatavaha. There are some regular forms and regular or general rules. There are some exceptional dhatus with exceptional rules. So always when we are learning Vyakarana, we have to go by the rule of Samanya and Vishesha. Tatra latlakare Samanya dhatunam rupani katham bhavanti iti jnatum mudrana dvayam yojitam asit. I hope everybody has watched it because it was pre-recorded. But I stopped after a while because there was a lot of feedback that the dhatu rupas require more guidance or practice was something which a lot of learners expressed, because it's usually not focused much in many of the courses. So I thought we will take it also as a part of the live session where we will be able to discuss more and hopefully practice more of dhatu rupas. So, but please do watch. In case you have not watched the first 2, please do go back and watch, because it was it covers some important aspects of lat. So tasyapi adhuna punaravartanam kurmaha. So the first thing for a lakara is to see the pratyayas of the lakara. Yatha maya uktam pratilakaram ting pratyayaha bhidyante. The ting pratyayas take different forms in each lakara depending on the lakara itself. So for lat lakara, the parasmaipada pratyayas are ti, taha, anti, si, thaha, tha, mi, vaha, maha. The atmanepada pratyayas are te, ite, ante, se, ithe, dhve, e, vahe, mahe. With this, when we look at the various ganas, So there are 4 ganas which have very regular forms. 1, 4, 6, 10. Bhadiganah, Divadiganah, Tudadiganah, Churadiganah. Eteshu samanya dhatavah bhavanti. These dhatus, these are the biggest ganas. They cover almost 80-85% of the dhatu patha. And the dhatus are all very regular. There are a few generic rules. Bhadiganah, Prathamaha Bhadiganah, Tatra kim bhavati dhatuhu, tasya ganasya vikarana pratyayah asti, shap vikaranaha, which is a. So the formula for deriving the forms of the Bhadigana, there are 1,000, more than 1,000 dhatus in the Bhadigana. It is the biggest gana. So with just one go, we will be covering more than half of the dhatu patha. So dhatu plus a plus pratyaya. That is the simplest formula. So you have patha, a, you get patha, pathati, pathataha, pathanti, pathasi, pathathaha, pathatha, pathami, patavaha, pathamaha. So the akara always gets elongated in Uttama Purusha, both Parasmaipada and Atmanepada. So similarly, if we have an Atmanepadi dhatu, like say Vand dhatu, so Vand a becomes Vanda, Vandate, Vandete, Vandante, Vandase, Vandethe, Vandadve, Vande, Vandavahe, Vandamahe. This is how we learn Kriyapadas in the first levels when we start out learning Sanskrit. If it is an Ubhayapadi dhatu, so please note this convention everywhere. So the blue ones are always Parasmaipadis, the green ones are Atmanepadis, and the maroon ones are Ubhayapadis. So Pach now is an Ubhayapadi dhatu. So it has forms in both Parasmaipada and Atmanepada. So Pachati Pachataha Pachanti, Pachasi Pachathaha Pachatha, Pachami Pachavaha Pachamaha. Similarly, Pachate Pachete Pachante, Pachase Pachethe Pachadve, Pache Pachavahe Pachamahe. Now, there are some rules. These are actually not Vishesha Niyama, they are Samanya Niyamas which apply across Bhadigana. The first thing is that a dhatu gets guna. So a lot of people get confused with guna sandhi. This is not guna sandhi. Please remember that is a very, very important point. Guna, especially for the dhatu, is different from the guna sandhi. In guna sandhi, you have a plus e u which gives a o ar al. That is totally different. So don't get confused. When we are talking about dhatoho gunaha, it means one letter of the dhatu is replaced by a guna letter. So when does it happen? So we saw if e u r is at the end of the dhatu. So if there is a ni dhatu, e kara at the end, there is guna. Guna always means a, o, or ar. That is guna. So ni becomes ne, ji becomes j, d becomes de. That is called guna. Similarly, bhu becomes bho, pu becomes po, dru becomes dro. If you have rikara, say tr becomes tar, hr becomes har, dhr becomes dhar. So e u r at the end of a dhatu means the dhatu will get guna in the first gana. Similarly, if there is a short e u r in the upadha, upadha iti samnya asmabhihi drishta sandhi prakarane, the penultimate letter is called upadha. So here mud, m, u, d. So the penultimate letter upadha is ukara. So it becomes O. So we get modate, modete, modante. Shubh becomes shobh. Shobhate, shobhete, shobhante. Ruch becomes roch. Rochate, rochete, rochante. Chit becomes chet. So chetati, chetatah, chetanti. Vrit becomes vart. Vartate, vartete, vartante. So there are two concepts here which are very, very important and very useful when studying dhatu rupas. The first is the concept of guna. Wherever we talk about guna for a dhatu, okay, guna for a dhatu is a very common idea. So we should understand whenever I say guna, it means A, O or Ar is the adesha. That is what guna means. Ekara, Okara or Ar is the adesha. Adesha to what? For Ekara, it is always E or E, which is replaced by A. For Okara, it is always U or U, which is replaced by O. For Ar, it is always R, which is replaced by Ar. This is a common concept which does not, require any other background. What is guna is something we should try to understand. What is guna? Guna means in any component. It could be shabda, it could be dhatu. In Vyakarana, guna sandhi is different. If we are talking about guna in Vyakarana, it means we are replacing ikara with ekara, ukara with okara, and rikara with ar. This is a primary concept we understand. Once we understand what is guna, the only thing to know is, will guna happen or not happen? So in Bhadigana, guna will happen if these letters are at the end of a dhatu or if this short ur is the upadha. So आदौ किञ्चिदिव क्लिष्टम् इति भासेत किन्तु एतत् बहु मुख्यमस्ति. किञ्चित् अभ्यासं कुर्मः चेत् सरलतया स्मर्तुमपि शक्यते. अग्रे So in first gana, guna is allowed is the first thing. So bhu becomes bho, a ti. Dhatu was bhu. So again here also some people had confusion. So remember, guna is not ekadesha here. It is only replacing the dhatu. We have bhu a ti. The formula for first gana is dhatu shap ti. Shap is a ti. Now, when we do guna, only bhu is converted to bho. The akara afterwards is not affected. So we get bho a ti. After this, we do a sandhi. As we were talking even on Tuesday, all the derivation of forms is a series of processes, and sandhi could be a part of it. Wherever there is an opportunity, it will jump in. So if you see, if the sandhi sees okara followed by akara, there is avadesha, okarasya achipare. So it becomes bhav a ti, which is bhavati. So bhavati, bhavatah, bhavanti, bhavasi, bhavatah, bhavatha, bhavami, bhavavaha, bhavamaha. Similarly, if you have ni, it becomes nayati, nayataha, nayanti. Mud becomes modate, modete, modante. It's an atmanepadi. There are also cases where dhatu is replaced by a specific adesha. These we have to know the list, that's all. So drish is replaced by pashya. So pashyati, pashyatah, pashyanti. Stha is replaced by tishtha, tishtati, tishtatah, tishtanti. Okay. Okay. अग्रे गच्छामः. चतुर्थगणः दिवादिगणः. अत्र विकरणप्रत्ययः भवति श्यन् इति. य, that is the form. So the formula for fourth gana is dhatu, ya and pratyaya. So if you have nrit, ya, ti. Nrityati, nrityatah, nrityanti. Nrityasi, nrityatah, nrityatha. Nrityami, nrityavaha, nrityamah. Yudh, ya. युध्यते युध्येते युध्यन्ते युध्यसे युध्येथे युध्यध्वे युध्ये युध्यावहे युध्यामहे. मृष य. मृष्यति मृष्यतः मृष्यन्ति और मृष्यते मृष्येते मृष्यन्ते because it is ubhayapadi. So the rules for fourth gana are there is no guna, first thing, as we've already seen here. There is no guna in fourth gana. And if there is a vakaranta dhatu, it gets, the letter before it gets elongated. So div becomes divyati, divyatah, divyanti. Siv becomes sivyati, sivyatah, sivyanti. धातोः आदेशाः सन्ति यथा जन धातोः जा इति आदेशः भवति. So jan is a very common popular dhatu of the fourth gana. So it is replaced by ja. So ja, ya and te. Jayate, jayete, jayante iti rupani bhavanti. Okay. The next gana, which is the sixth gana. So there is one question, is this slide is new or old? This is all old. We are still doing punaravartanam. All this has already been covered in the first two, we did the theoretical till the lakaras we covered in the first 6 live sessions. All this part, the lat lakara for vadi, divadi, tudadi and churadi. These 4 ganas are covered in 2 pre-recorded videos we had uploaded. So if you have not seen that, please go back and watch. Okay, so let me just quickly maybe show you. So if you go to the course page and so you can see here Dhatu Rupani 1. After class 11, there was Dhatu Rupani, the first video where we covered the Vadi and Divadi forms. And then Dhatu Rupani 2. After the 13th class, we had Dhatu Rupani 2, in which we covered the Tudadi and Churadi Ganas. So those who may have missed that, please go back and watch these 2 videos and practice the forms. We are just doing a quick recap now. So in the Tudadi Gana, which is the 6th Gana, the Vikarana Pratyaya is called Sh, which is different from shap. Though both of them have a as common, the difference is first gana, that is shap, allows guna. Sh does not allow guna. So likh a, likhati, not lekhati. So lajj a becomes lajjate, lajjete, lajjante. Tud a, tudati or tudate. So in first gana we had mud, where the forms were modate, modete, modante. Here it does not become tod. The only reason is the change in vikarana. So though both bhadi and tudadi have a, okay. The difference is here. The shap and sh, so it's a slight switch. So the methods of Panini are very subtle. So by just making a change of that one letter, so shap and sh, so just the absence of pakara, make sure that there is no guna in the sixth gana. So there is a subset of dhatus of the sixth gana where there is a nakara which is added. Nakaragamaha bhavati. Muchadi iti antarganaha asti. It is a subset of the tudadi gana with around 8 dhatus, I think 8 or 9. So there we add a nakara. So much becomes munch, sich becomes sinch, krit becomes krint, vid becomes vind. So instead of muchati, muchataha, muchanti, the forms will be munchati, munchataha, munchanti. And a few special dhatus. Prach becomes prich, prichati, prichataha, prichanti. Ish becomes ich, ichhati, ichhataha, ichhanti. Vrashch becomes vrishch. So this is about the sixth gana, which is the tudadi gana. And the 10th gana, which is the churadi gana. So here, dhatu with aya. So aya is actually a combo of two pratyayas called nich and shap, both of which are added in the 10th gana. So chint aya becomes chintayati, chintayataha, chintayanti, or chintayate, chintayete, chintayante. Sorry, this is not prathama gane. So dashama gane. In the 10th gana, so we have shap. So shap and also the nich itself allows guna. Okay, so there will be guna similar to first gana. So chur becomes chor, chorayati, chorayataha, chorayanti. Tul becomes tol, tolayati, tolayataha, tolayanti. And an akara also gets the dirgha if it is in the upadha. So kshal becomes kshal, kshalayati, kshalayataha, ksalayanti. Tad becomes tad, tadayati, tadayataha, tadayanti. So there is one fine difference which we have to note. In the Churadigana, there are some dhatus like say katha, okay, or racha. There is no dirgha here. Why? So if you look at this, there is an akara. That is why you have to remember what we learnt about the varnas clearly. So k, a, th, a. There is an akara at the end. So if there is an akara at the end, there will be no dirgha. So katha is we just add aya and this a gets deleted. So you get kathayati, kathayataha, kathayanti. Rachayati, rachayataha, rachayanti. Ganayati, ganayataha, ganayanti. The dirgha comes only if the akara is in the upadha, that is penultimate letter. K, sh, a, l. So only in the upadha the akara is elongated. If there is an additional akara at the end, this is not upadha, right? This is upadha. So therefore there is no dirgha. Where there is dirgha, where there is not, by just observing the dhatu, we will be able to tell. So this is what we have done so far. So request all of you to please revise the forms about dhatus, because henceforth we will be continuing with the dhatus regularly. If you have any specific questions here, you can ask now. Otherwise, we will start with the Vishesha Dhatus. We'll take only one Dhatu, which actually everybody will know, but we will start with that now. Okay. So there's one question on where can we have the list. So after we discuss the complete Latlakara, okay, so we'll bring in all the dhatus slowly. We have done common dhatus. We'll also add the special dhatus. Then I will share the complete list of dhatus. So there will be around maybe 60 to 80 dhatus, which we will cover as a part of this course, which will give you a very good idea of the major dhatu rupas. Okay. So the list we will share after we complete one set, that is Latlakara. So we will now go ahead. Okay. So before that, maybe a quick practice. Okay. So where we are comparing, we have seen 4 ganas. So we will quickly compare how the forms will be for a few set of dhatus. Okay. So I will, if you are interested, you can raise your hands. So take the first row. Okay. So there are simple dhatus, 4 dhatus. Can you try to guess what will be the forms in Bhwadi, Divadi, Tudadi, and Churadi? Okay. Anuradha. Please unmute yourself. Purnima.
नमस्ते भगिनी
हाँ.
वादिगणस्य वस् धातु विकर्ण प्रत्यय अ अतः वसति इति परस्मैपदी धातु शुभ इति आत्मनेपदी
न wait. So vas vasati पूर्णानि रूपाणि वदतु.
क्षम्यतां किं भगिनी?
सर्वाणि रूपाणि लट्लकारे.
हाँ, वसति वसतः वसन्ति वससि वसतः वसथ वसामि वसावः वसामः.
नश् धातुः किं भवति दिवादिगणे?
अत्र विकरणप्रत्ययः य अतः नश्यति इति रूपं नश्यति नश्यतः नश्यन्ति नश्यसि नश्यतः नश्यथ नश्यामि नश्यावः नश्यामः
सम्यक् चल
चल अत्रापि विकरणप्रत्ययः किन्तु गुणः न भवति गुणस्य नास्ति चल इत्यस्य चलति इति परस्मैपदीरूपं चलति चलतः चलन्ति चलसि चलतः चलथ चलामि चलावः चलामः चुरादिगणे चुरादिगणे अय इति विकरणप्रत्ययः छद् इत्यस्य गुणः तु न भवति वर्णः नास्ति छ इत्यस्य दीर्घः भवति छादयति छादयतः छादयन्ति छादयसि छादयतः छादयथ छादयामि छादयावः छादयामः
उत्तमं सम्यक् atra so in this first set you can see clearly the effect of the vikarana so bhadigane akaraha so vas ati nash yati chal ati chad ayati and there is a dirgha also so chadayati chadayatah chadayanti. So now we will look at the next set shubha yuj jushu trut. So if you notice, all of them have an ukara in the upadha. The penultimate letter is a short u. But just because of the placement of the dhatu in the different ganas, the forms will change. Okay, so we will try Muttulakshmi.
Ram Bhagini. शुभ शोभ शोभते शोभेते शोभन्ते शोभसे शोभेते शोभध्वे शोभे शोभावहे शोभामहे इति
सम्यक् so shubh dhatuh prathama gane gunah bhavati so it becomes shobh shobhate shobhete द्वितीय दिवादि गणे
युज्यते युज्येते युज्यन्ते इति
सम्यक् so there is no guna in the fourth gana and the vikarana is ya so yuj ya yujyate yujyete yujyante
युज्यसे युज्येथे युज्यध्वे युज्ये युज्यावहे युज्यामहे
सम्यक् तुदादि गणे
जुषते जुषेते जुषन्ते जुषसे जुषेथे जुषध्वे जुषे जुषावहे जुषामहे
सम्यक् so jush प्रीति सेवनयोः इति धातुः जुषते means to delight to be joyous so here we can see even though in both bhadi and tudadi the vikarana is a atra shobhate iti bhavati atra jushate iti bhavati churadi gane
त्रोटयते त्रोटयेते त्रोटयन्ते त्रोटयसे त्रोटयेथे त्रोटयध्वे त्रोटये त्रोटयावहे त्रोटयामहे
उत्तमम् so in both first and 10th gana guna happens so shubh becomes shobh trut becomes trot trotayate trotayete trotayante iti rupani so very similar dhatus but four different ganas means the forms are different. That is why they have been classified into different ganas. All are Atmanepadis. All have, as I said, the Ukara as the penultimate letter. Kintu bhinneshu ganeshu bhinnani rupani bhavanti. Samyak. Dhanyavadaha. Now the last set. So here also you can see Vrushu, Drip, Srij, Dhrish. Sarvatrapi upadhayam rikaraha asti. There is r in the upadha, that is the penultimate letter, which means guna, if possible, will be ar. Okay. Amita Bhagini.
प्रयत्नं करोमि.
हाँ.
ऋष् वर्षति
सम्यक्.
वर्षति वर्षतः वर्षन्ति वर्षसि वर्षतः वर्षथा वर्षामि वर्षावः वर्षामः.
सम्यक्.
दृप् दिवादि य प्रत्यय दृप्यति
सम्यक्.
दृप्यति दृप्यतः दृप्यन्ति दृप्यसि दृप्यतः दृप्यथा दृप्यामि दृप्यावः दृप्यामः.
Uttam. So dripyati. Dripyati means to be arrogant. Darpa is from there. Next.
सृज तुदादि अप्रत्यय सृजति सृजतः सृजन्ति सृजसि सृजथः सृजथा सृजामि सृजवः सृजामः.
Uttamam. Srijati, to create. Yarthaha.
दृश् चुरादि अय प्रत्यय गुण तो दार्शयति दृश्यते.
What did we do with vrish?
With vrish वर्षति, so darshati
Dharshayati.
दर्शयति दर्शयतः दर्शयन्ति दर्शयसि दर्शयथः दर्शयथ दर्शयामि दर्शयावः दर्शयामः.
Uttamam. Samyak. So now I think it's clear on how the Gana and the Vikarana plays a role in changing the forms or influencing the pattern of the dhatu. Okay. So there is a question. Shobhate, why avadi sandhi is not happening? See, Shubh, you have Shobh. So the question is, when we did Bhu, we did Guna, it become Bho, then we did Avadi. Why did we do Avadi? Because it is followed by Ach. So for Avadesha, we need an Ach following. So we have the Akara of Shap. So Bho A becomes Bhava. But here when we do Guna after Okara, Shubh, we have Shobh. There is only O, right? It is not followed by an Ach. Therefore, there is no possibility of doing Avadesha here. Churadiganasya dhatoho arthaha. So chadayati. Chadayati is to cover. So achadayati, chadayati are there. And then trut is to break or to pluck. Okay, say phalani trotayati is to pluck the fruits or to break something is trut. And then dharshayati. Dharshayati is to sort of bully somebody or to be haughty. Ityarthaha. So I'm not mentioning meaning for common dhatus. For other ones, we are just taking. How do we know in the 10th Gana, is it Nich or Shap? It is not Nich or Shap. It is always Nich and Shap. Together is Aya. So Nich and Shap combining gives Aya. Okay. So there is a process there which we will see later. Okay. When is the Dirgha happening in Churadi Gana? When Akara is Upadha, that is penultimate letter. If in the Dhatu, say Tad, so Upadha is Hrasva Akara, Kshal. Upadha is Hrasva Akara. Similarly, Chad, wherever the penultimate letter is a Hrasva Akara, it gets Dirgha. Okay. Dhatu ending in E. I mean, you want an example, like say Bhadigana, it will be, yeah, we will see actually. There is just one more exercise. So we are already run out of time. So I don't think we can get into Vishesha Dhatus today, but it's okay. So please go back and practice these. We will start with the Vishesha Dhatus in the next class. Just one more. So with this, there are similar dhatus in different ganas. Meaning is also similar. Bahunam prashnaha bhavati. Kimartham iti chet rupa bhedaha bhavati. The same dhatu with the same meaning. If it is in two different ganas, it will get two different forms. So we will just see a few examples. Vanaraha shilakhandam riktasthanam puraniyam. क्षिप धातुः अस्ति, दिवादिगणे अपि अस्ति, तुदादिगणे अपि अस्ति, अर्थः समानः. क्षिपप्रेरणे इति धातुः, टु थ्रो समथिंग इत्यर्थः. रूपं किं भवति? विद्या भगिनी.
क्षिप इति चतुर्थगणे भवति दिवादि, तत्र य इति विकरणः अस्ति. तर्हि क्षिप्यते, क्षिप इति न, क्षिप्यति इति भवति. क्षिप्यति, क्षिप्यतः, क्षिप्यन्ति. अत्र वानरः क्षिप्यति. क्षिप इति यदा षष्ठे गणे तुदादिगणे अस्ति, तत्र अ इति विकरणः अस्ति, परन्तु तत्र गुणः न भवति. तर्हि क्षि एव भवति, क्षेन भवति. अतः क्षिपति इति भवति.
क्षिपति. सो क्षिप्यति एंड क्षिपति. भाषायाम् उभयथापि प्रयोगः अस्ति. अत एव पाणिनिना तत्र द्वयोः गणयोः अयं धातुः उक्तः. यदि दिवादिगणस्य धातुः तर्हि क्षिप्यति इति रूपं भवति. तुदादिगणस्य धातुः चेत् क्षिपति इति रूपं भवति. एवमेव पक्षिणः आकाशे रामचंद्र डी धातुः अस्ति. प्रथमे भ्वादिगणे अपि अस्ति, चतुर्थे दिवादिगणे अपि अस्ति. किं रूपं भवति?
डी वादिगणे डयते भवति, डी दिवादिगणे डीयते.
ओके. सो डयन्ते डी धातुः प्रथमगणे अस्ति चेत् गुणः भवति. तत्र डी डे इति भवति. अयादेशः अस्ति चेत् डय, डयन्ते इति भवति. चतुर्थगणे अस्ति चेत् डीयते, डीयेते, डीयन्ते इति भवति. So the same dhatu, but in different ganas, it will have different forms. इदानीं विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी. छात्राः व्याकरणं बुध धातुः भादिगणे अपि अस्ति, दिवादिगणे अपि अस्ति.
मम ध्वनिः श्रूयते खलु भगिनी?
श्रूयते.
बुध इति तु मरून कलर् अस्ति, अतः रूपद्वयं भवति. बोधति, बोधते इति छात्राः इति अस्ति, अतः बोधन्ते अपि च बोधन्ति रूपद्वयमपि भवति. अतः बोधति, बोधतः, बोधन्ति, बोधसि, बोधतः, बोधथ, बोधामि, बोधावः, बोधामः इति परस्मैपदी रूपाणि. आत्मनेपदी अपि वक्तव्यं वा?
नास्ति, बुध्यन्ते इति अस्ति. दिवादिगणे, सोरि क्षम्यतां, बोधन्ते इति भवति भादिगणे.
बोधेते, बोधते, बोधेते, बोधन्ते इति रूपाणि. बोधन्ते, अत्र तु बोधन्ते एव. दिवादिगणे य इति विकरणप्रत्ययः गुणः न भवति. बुध्यति, बुध्यतः बुध्यन्ति अत्र बुध्यन्ति इति रूपम्
अत्र कलर् दोषः अस्ति, परिवर्तयामि। तत्र आत्मनेपदी दिवादिगणस्य धातुः
बुध्यन्ते
आत्मनेपदी अस्ति, अतः बुध्यन्ते. So the
बुध्यन्ते
same dhatu, Vadi and Divadi, in one case we'll have Bodhante or Bodhanti, in the other case Budhyante. Dhanyavadaha. So the last one. Tvam halena bhumim krish dhatuhu asti. Krish dhatuhu bhavadigane asti, tudadigane asti. Krish is to plow. So Jairam. Please unmute.
मम शब्दः श्रूयते?
श्रूयते.
कृष् तत्र कर्ष इति गुणः भवति, अतः कर्षति। अत्र त्वं हलेन कर्षसि इति
कर्षसि त्वम् इत्यस्ति, अतः कर्षसि इति भवति. अत्र कृष् तुदादिगणे
कृष् तत्र गुणः न भवति,
सम्यक्.
अतः त्वं हलेन भूमिं कृषसि इति भवति.
कृषसि कृषसे उभयपदी अस्ति.
सत्यं सत्यं.
सम्यक्. So कर्षसि and कृषसि, the difference is because of the gana. भादिगणे गुणः भवति, तुदादिगणे गुणः न भवति. अत्र अद्यतनपाठं समापयामः. कृपया धातुरूपाणां पाठद्वयं श्रुत्वा पुनः आदौ अधीतानामपि पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा आगच्छन्तु. अग्रिमसप्ताहात् विशेषधातूनां रूपाणि पश्यामः, अभ्यासमपि कुर्मः. गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे, गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे. न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि, गुरोर्मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो. वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं, पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्.